I think about this a lot because there's stuff that you need to believe as a company that needs to be like a religious level belief about where you're going, right? It's like, we haven't seen this thing work yet, but like, it's going to work. Like, I promise you, like, this thing is going to happen. This great thing is going to happen. And those religious beliefs are actually like really helpful for rallying everyone, getting in the same direction. It's like, if that was one of them for them, just a guess, is like, it's never going to get there. We're going to be the tool. It's going to be so fast, so easy to get everything. Everyone's like doing all these details that made InVision great, which is like why it took off in the first place, right? And then it's very hard to question those religious beliefs, let's say.
Yeah.
Once they're in effect.
When was Wistia founded? When did you all?
2006.
2006. Yeah. I'm interested. Do you any religious beliefs?
I speak as someone who's had many beliefs and had to evolve them. So.
Your religion has been questioned.
But like, I'll give you a really concrete one I've said before. In the early days of Wistia, there was me and Brett in 2 years. We hired 2 people, an engineer, sales guy, 1 salesperson. We get from like 10 customers to maybe 500 with 1 salesperson.
Wow.
And we're basically realizing the whole secret of the business is to make it self-service. So then we're like, we're not going to do any sales at all. 0 sales. Like, and the person who's doing sales did something else because it'd be such a strong religious belief that we don't have sales. We don't believe in it. It doesn't make any sense. And we got to 10 million in revenue, 3 million in profit, no salespeople growing. At that point, we were growing like 80% or something. And I thought, look at me. I figured out the path forward, you know? And then it was
I'm the exception.
I'm the exception. Yes. And then it was probably like a year later, 2 years later, we're not growing 80%, we're growing like 50%. And I hear from a potential customer, they're like, man, you guys suck. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, we had such a high NPS, like all these things. They're like, I'm trying to buy from you. I'm going to be bigger than your biggest plan. No one will talk to me. There's no phone number. There's nothing. And I started looking, and I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of people who are basically having a horrible customer experience. And we're so stupid because we had no one talking to potential customers. And it was this realization of like, I actually needed that religious approach to get us to build all the things that would let us scale in like a self-service way. Like, we never would have gone as hard if we hadn't like burned the boats, you know? And that's what we did. And then we had to reassess ourselves and ultimately have a sales team, and they're great. They're fantastic. They make a better customer experience. We grow faster because of them. But it was that moment. I remember when we said we're going to start hiring sales, the team almost rejected it for a second.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what the hell are you talking about? I thought this was the opposite of what we do.
You told me that I should believe in this religion, and now you've changed the rules.
I think about that a lot. Sometimes we don't even know what the religious belief is that we're creating. We're just creating it because we feel like it's what you need in that moment. And I imagine this is like part of what happened with them there.